Hunter's Moon. In the dense, shadowy forests of Blackwood, where moonlight barely pierced the canopy, a seasoned hunter soon learned the true meaning of fear. Liam Gray was no stranger to danger. As a hunter, he had faced wild beasts, treacherous terrain, and the elements themselves. But Blackwood Forest was different. There was a heaviness in the air, a whisper of ancient evils lurking just out of sight. The village of Blackwood had always been shrouded in superstition. Strange occurrences had plagued the village for weeks. Livestock found mutilated, villagers vanishing without a trace, and the night air filled with unearthly howls. Whispers of a monstrous creature spread like wildfire, though no one knew what it truly was. Panic gripped the village as fear grew with each passing night. One evening, as the village gathered in the small chapel, Father O'Malley spoke with a grave voice. "We face a darkness, one that has taken our loved ones and terrorized our homes. We must find a way to protect ourselves." The tension in the room was palpable. Faces drawn with worry, and eyes filled with desperation turned towards one another, searching for any glimmer of hope. Mara, her eyes red from tears, stepped forward. "My brother is missing. He went into the woods and never came back. We need someone brave enough to hunt this creature down." The room fell silent until an elder spoke up. "We need Liam Gray. He's the best hunter in these parts. If anyone can track this beast, it's him." Liam, standing at the back of the room, felt the weight of their words settle on his shoulders. He had tried to distance himself from the village's troubles, knowing too well the toll such haunts took on a person. His own family had been torn apart by a similar beast years ago, a loss that still haunted him. "I'm not sure I'm the right man for this," Liam began, but Mira's voice cut through his hesitation. "Please, Liam," she pleaded. "You know these woods better than anyone. We're all afraid. My brother, he looked up to you. He believed in you." Liam's resolve wavered as he saw the anguish in Mira's eyes. She continued, her voice breaking. "He always carried this." She held out a silver bullet, gleaming in the dim light. "He believed it could kill the beast. He found it in the old ruins and said it was enchanted. He was so sure." Father O'Malley added, "The bullet is said to be forged from silver blessed by an ancient ritual. It might be our only hope." Liam took the bullet, feeling its cold weight in his hand. He looked at Mara, seeing the hope and desperation in her eyes. With a heavy sigh, he nodded. "I'll do it. I'll hunt the beast." Armed with his rifle, a set of traps, and the silver bullet, Liam set out into Blackwood. The initial tracks were easy enough to follow. Deep prints in the soft earth, leading him deeper into the heart of Blackwood. The further he went, the more unsettling the forest became. Strange symbols carved into trees, mutilated animal carcasses, and an ever-present sense of being watched. As night fell, the true terror of Blackwood emerged. The fog thickened, and the forest seemed to close in around him. Unnerving sounds filled the air. Rustling leaves, distant whispers, and that bone-chilling howl. Liam's nerves were tested as he set up camp, his fire doing little to dispel the darkness. Sleep came fitfully, plagued by dreams of twisted shadows and piercing eyes. Each snap of a twig jolted him awake, hand on his rifle, scanning the darkness for any sign of the beast. It felt as though the forest itself conspired against him. Branches grasping like skeletal hands, shadows dancing just out of sight. Days turned to nights, each filled with the haunting howl of the beast. Liam's resolve was tested as he followed the increasingly erratic trail. The creature was toying with him, leading him deeper into its domain. he found symbols carved into trees, remnants of old rituals, and disturbing signs that the creature was more than just a mindless beast. The villagers' hopes rested on his shoulders. But as he ventured deeper into the forest, Liam felt the weight of the curse that hung over Blackwood. The forest felt alive, the branches seeming to reach out for him, shadows flickering ominously. One night, he caught a glimpse of it. A flash of movement in the moonlight, a pair of glowing eyes watching from the darkness. He raised his rifle and fired, but the creature vanished, leaving only silence and the rustle of leaves. Liam's heart pounded as he set traps and prepared for the next encounter. The forest seemed to mock him, each sound a reminder of his prey's cunning. When dawn broke, he found his traps dismantled, his supplies scattered. The creature was intelligent, and it was hunting him as much as he was hunting it. The final night was upon him. The full moon cast an eerie glow over the clearing where he made his stand. The air was thick with anticipation. Suddenly, the creature emerged from the shadows, its eyes gleaming with a malevolence. The werewolf stood over 7 feet tall, its hulking frame covered in matted fur that glistened in the moonlight. Its eyes burned with a feral intelligence, a predatory glint that sent shivers down Liam's spine. The creature's jaws were lined with razor-sharp teeth, and its claws were long, curved, and deadly. The battle was fierce. The creature moved with a speed and ferocity that took Liam by surprise, its claws rending the air, fangs bared in a snarling grin. The werewolf's growl was low and guttural, a sound that reverberated through the clearing and into Liam's bones. Liam fought with everything he had, but he realized he was facing something far more intelligent than any beast he'd encountered. As the werewolf lunged, Liam rolled aside, narrowly avoiding the deadly claws. He set off traps, firing shots, but the beast seemed unstoppable, its movements swift and brutal. The werewolf's claws raked across Liam's chest, sending him sprawling. Pain seared through him, but he fought through it. His mind focused on the silver bullet. He reached for his rifle, loading the precious ammunition with trembling hands. With a final act of desperation, he took aim. The shot rang out, a piercing sound that seemed to reverberate through the forest. The werewolf howled in pain as the bullet found its mark, its body convulsing before collapsing to the ground. But in its death throes, it managed one final lunge, its fangs sinking into Liam's shoulder. Liam cried out, feeling the hot rush of blood and the cold bite of the werewolf's curse. The creature's grip loosened, and it finally lay still. Liam approached cautiously, the forest eerily silent. As he stood over the fallen creature, it began to transform, revealing the face of the village's old blacksmith. The curse was broken, but the cost was high. Liam, gravely injured and now marked by the werewolf's bite, made his way back to the village. The forest had taken its toll on him, and the memory of the hunt would haunt him forever. As he approached the village, the villagers greeted him as a hero. However, the victory felt hollow. The distant howls began again, a chilling reminder that the hunt was far from over. Liam felt a new fear creeping into his heart. The curse was not lifted, it had simply passed on. The bite on his shoulder throbbed painfully, and he knew with a sinking dread what it meant. With the moon casting eerie shadows on the village, Liam realized his fate. He would become the beast he had hunted, a new terror stalking the village. The hunter had become the hunted, and the curse of Blackwood would continue. In the end, Blackwood's darkness remained, and the hunter's curse continued. The lesson was clear in the face of true evil. No victory is ever complete, and some battles leave scars that never heal. Some curses are not so easily broken, they merely change form, passing from one unfortunate soul to the next,